There's women watching these videos?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a masterclass on how to be Darth Microtransaction on YouTube. So what we have here, you see this nicely drawn graph. Alright, what we have here is we have the money made. Okay, here we have money made. Alright, here's zero. Oh, here's zero. Here's $1 billion. Okay. Now, this here is my patience running out meter. Okay, we're going to call this the PRM. Now, the way this works is my patience running out meter. The graph looks something like this. Now, as time goes on, okay, and let's also, because I don't know how graphs work, let's just make this a representation of time. This is the time graph here. And this is also money made. It's the same thing because I don't know how graphs work. You ready? Now, as time goes this way, the money made increases. I guess this one would be money made. This would be time. And then this would all equal the PRM. So this is how content's made. Do you see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen? As the money is made on the YouTube, so this is reset. My patience for how garbage of a game it is gets reset. But the problem is, eventually, we need a new background here. Saving sketch, thank God. Now eventually, here we go. What ends up happening is, this is the other end of the graph here. This graph comes out and blows through what I'm going to call the I've had it wall. Now, when it busts through the I have it wall, the money made no longer continues on this forward trajectory. Instead, what we have here is we have have you guys ever seen Back to the Future, when he's on the board and he's explaining the alternate reality? So I'm going to explain to you guys the alternate reality of YouTube here. And what we have in fact have is, as we break through the I've had it with Plarium's bullshit wall, there's two realities. My patience running out meter, do you guys remember that? The patience running out meter. As the patience running out meter is way up here, I could, in fact, continue this climb upward of the billionaire search. However, this is the point at which our alternate reality, let's make this red, is starting to become all too real. Now, this red line, let's call this Exos Heroes, because let's be honest, the game's not as big as red. This graph is going to look more like down, 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 down. However, there is a secondary color. Let's make it green, orange, which is the subscribers, which is correlated only within this reality. And in this one, the subscriber count with this one would be lower than this one, whereas this would be continuing to go up. So in this reality, this sub count's going to look a little bit more like a consistent graph, Whereas in this one over here, it's going to be a kind of slower. This one should go up sooner, but then it will plateau. Okay, whereas this one will go up slower, and then at a certain point, raid will be more subs. So at this point is when we dump Exos Heroes here. So this is the apex at which Exos Heroes falls off for the channel, and we begin our I've had it with Exos. So at this point, are you guys with me so far? So in the alternate reality, which we are slowly becoming, of Exos becoming the main game, the money stays down low for a while, probably looking a little bit like a bell curve. However, the main focus is on the subscription growth until it plateaus because the game's smaller and we've sucked up as many people that are really going to subscribe to us within this Exos Heroes category. At that point, then our sub growth continues along the raid plot line of slow growth. But we redo our content back at this point back into Raid Shadow Legends, and hopefully at that point our Plarium Rage meter has reset and will allow us to continue playing the game. Now, there is one third and final thing that could in fact happen, which is the anomaly factor, which is going to be the black color here, which is at any point, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here, at any point in whichever path we take, a new game could come out. And when that new game comes out, what could in fact happen is we transition hard at whatever this spot would be straight into the new game, aka what we did to Exos Heroes currently. But Exos Heroes, we gained a lot of subs within the first week of our transition, and it will peter out as we get more of the people. But when a new game comes out, Eve Echoes is one such example. It could be an anomaly in the typical YouTube strategy here, right? Which would then, at that point, basically just completely offshoot the chart, and we'd be straight up. It would look something a little bit more akin to like you would hit this, and then it would be a big growth plateau, and then something from there, whatever that would take over. If it hit here, we'd be like a big spike, and then it would plateau, and then from there we would probably at that point go back to Raid if Raid has recovered it all, and we go back up. But Raid has to give us a reason to go back in, because currently where we're at is we're at the I've had it mode, and we're at the milky mode. And the problem is, here's another graph for you guys, okay? You guys will enjoy this one. So here's another beautiful graph with my 900 IQ. Okay, so this is Plarium, let's call it Plarium messing up. Okay, this is me ranting. Now, let's put a line here. This line is what we're going to call the hypocrite line, which is me ranting increases as their messing up meter increases. However, I'm still playing the game. So at some point, we cross what we call the hypocrite junction. And at that point, we must be precisely careful with what videos we put out. We're borderlining on that point now. However, we're probably more about right here, and we can calm it down and milk our Raid Shadow Legends content and keep that level a little lower, maybe with some spikes here and there for some great spammy, ranty content. Speaking of spammy, ranty content, if this has been super informative, educational as how to YouTubers do their best to mind you on a daily basis into watching their garbage, subscribe and get mind. have a great night. And I have 20 seconds to fill before this is exactly 10 minutes long. So let's all do something together, which is we're going to count down the seconds till it's over, till I can make the most amount of ad revenue. Okay, are you ready? It's going to begin in 2, 1...